Okay, and we're live. Hello, hot gamers, and welcome to season 16 of the Nexus Gaming series. It's been a minute since I've casted, but we're here to support our our friends and gamers.
Yeah,
I have
our NGS partners.
Jotak here today as a co-caster.
Oh, hello. Spoke before I was
Everybody's
introduced.
favorite co-caster. Um, so the game we're casting is Division D West Artemis versus Rolling Thunder. It's the first week of season 16, so neither of these teams have any points. There's no real standings yet. As far as some history about both of these teams, um, Artemis has been around for about 7 seasons, um, but they've gone through a lot of roster changes and div changes as well. Looks like Rolling Thunder is kind of a brand new team, formed about a month ago. So I'm excited to see everybody play here. We're actually already in draft, so let's pull that up.
Yeah. And even though Artemis is a veteran team, I do think they have some new players this season. So they're also running with a new squad. Even though they are an ancient team, they probably have their games written on paint on K walls.
I actually forgot to mention the map here. We're on Garden of Terror. I'm gonna pull up the maps really quick so we can talk about it. We've banned Braxis, Shrines, Alterac, and Sky Temple.
Praxis band feels good.
Yeah. Okay.
And I think Artemis did not pick Garden, so they have first pick. Is that right?
That's correct. I think I have to
Also,
switch these sides here. I'm a little
yeah.
rusty. Give me a sec.
Artemis is red team and Rolling Thunder is blue side.
Yeah, so I'm gonna change the logos too.
So yeah, Tychus first pick. Um, for Artemis.
Okay. So they banned Andy and Anubarak. And then Stukov and Brightwing on the side of Rolling Thunder.
Yeah, so a lot of healers are gone. Rhaegar is taken by Rolling Thunder, so that I think eliminates all of the big must pick healers.
Hmm.
Hogger also taken. So just a lot of sort of generically strong picks. Picking Hogger into Tychus does make the Hogger significantly weaker, I would say.
However,
But
Rhaegar and Hogger are both really good at camps, and that's
yeah,
kind of honestly the main objective on Garden of Terror.
yeah, you can get so much map pressure. And there's 2 siege camps. It's the only map in the game that has 2 siege camps per side. So that's 4 just on the board. We see Ragnaros and
Ragnaros
Varian.
and Varian. Okay.
Yeah, Dark Horse is a fan of Ragnaros. So I'm not at all surprised that he's picked
A
Ragnaros here.
Tyrande band. That's really
Oh, they don't. They're
interesting.
just healer choking. I mean, stun is a decent follow up on
Healers
Varian
have it all, you
once.
know? Yeah, they have follow up CC, cleanses, sometimes damage or damage boosting abilities, like such as Tyrande. Also, hi Lime Bus. Thanks
Oh,
for joining
Highland
us.
Bus.
Johanna. So we're still seeing Johanna get banned. A lot of meta bans here.
Hmm. Yeah. I also. I mean, it's probably not going to happen, but Taunt into Sulfuras Smash is a funny combo.
I would like to see that happen also. Oh my
Oh,
goodness. Okay, we were kind of maybe expecting a Cho'Gall pick. I'm honestly happy to see it in the first game. I feel like it's riskier to play like once you've won a game. Because then like a reverse sweep could be coming on. But yeah,
and
that's
they've already
great.
picked their tank. Varian is not a good tank into Cho'Gall. You want something like a Stitches, something like maybe a Garrosh. Someone who can really displace the Cho'Gall. Imperius is an interesting pick. I don't
So
mind it too much.
yeah, Artemis has multiple sources of percent damage here.
All
For
our
that
players have.
Cho'Gall.
Mhm.
Yeah, this
This is
is
a
pretty
this is an
interesting.
interesting draft on both
Yeah,
sides. A very
yeah,
interesting
for
draft.
sure.
I'm excited to see what goes on. I mean, I think that the amount of percent that Artemis has, like Ancestral's a good button, but it's not quite as good as say Aerial Stasis or Uther D Shield at dealing with big burst damage. And between the Spear, Taunt, and Tychus's autos, Cho'Gall's gonna have to play really safe. If they don't have any safety buttons up, so.
Yeah, I do
I think they
also
could bully the
see
Cho'Gall.
a hard time with macro on the side of Rolling Thunder. Just having, like, if Artemis takes their camps in a timely manner, Cho'Gall having one less body makes it so that Cho'Gall has to be in more places on the map, especially to cover lanes. So either
Yeah,
maybe they have to force and win fights, but that's really hard to do early as Cho'Gall, and they're really going to need to make it to late game to kind of like secure a win in this position, I think.
I agree. I do think that Rolling Thunder's camp early on is a lot better than Artemis. Like Artemis, when they get to level 10, they also
Mm-hmm.
have the Lucio speed. They'll be able to cover the wave soak really, really easily. Cho'Gall's gonna have to. I mean, Rolling Thunder also has good macro, right? Like they've got Rhaegar. It's a great
Yeah,
macro healer.
they
Um,
do.
they can clear waves really fast
I
with
think it's a
Cho'Gall.
smart decision to have that early macro also with Cho'Gall.
Yeah. So I think that on the macro front, they can definitely compete. And early game, I think they're going to get camps faster with the Hogger. But then we'll see what it looks like after level 10 into the late game. But
Mm-hmm.
for now, I think that if either team is able to get some early kills, get some space on the map, that could actually be huge in determining just generally the flow of this game. So obviously, Variant's going to have to wait until level 4
To stop
before.
being a big minion.
Yeah, before he can actually contribute to the game, but we see Rolling Thunder clearing the first wave, getting Cryo, and starting the macro a little faster than Artemis.
So I did kind of forget to introduce everybody here.
Oh yeah.
I'll go ahead and introduce Artemis. We've got Dark Horse on that Ragnaros, Groove Champ on the Tychus, 7 on the famed Lucio. Let's see. I believe that's T-Core. Could be Ty-Core on the Imperious, and honestly on that variant.
And on the side of Rolling Thunder, we have B-Man on Hogger, just garbage on Rhaegar. I don't remember. Oh, Vom and Mad Kaiser on Cho and Dull, respectively. Together is Vamazer. And then Ping on Vala.
So Hogger's doing that siege camp. Looks like Rhaegar did the siege camp as well. So you're right in that their camping is better early game. We were kind of expecting that. But Artemis is remembering to do them also. Yeah, they're just slower.
Yeah, they are slower. And there's not much to do about that, I think. Yeah. Like, Ragnaros and Imperius and Lucio, Tychus, Baron, none of these are great campers. Like, Rag is the best, and he gets, seriously outpaced by Hogger, so... but, all in all, map's pretty even. They're gonna lose maybe a little bit of soak. Looks like they're half a level down for now, although part of that is the waves that have yet to be cleared on red side. So yeah, so early macro advantage for the Cho'Gall team. Any interesting talents that you're looking at?
Yeah, talents go. I'm seeing Ragnaros with Blast Wave, and I'm not really a Ragnaros player, so I'm not familiar with talents. I do know, however, that he does get percent damage on his Q.
Yeah.
But looking at this, he may not pick it.
I think he's seeing a potential gank on the Ragnaros. They decide that he's not pushed far enough to want to go for it. Going to go for objective instead. I've heard Dark Horse say before that he thinks Blast Wave is generally the safest because it gives you the most macro, and you get shields and stuff from extra slow. So it's kind of utilitarian. Looks like Dark's getting jumped on. Once again, oh my goodness!
That rune bomb! Insane, but they do get the objective. It was really clean of Artemis to make sure that all the camps got cleared before fighting for that objective. I'm actually surprised that they were able to do that because they took such a long time getting their camps in comparison.
Yeah. I think that one thing that's going to be a little bit awkward to deal with, especially early on, is having the Imperius in the side lane. I mean, they kind of need him to soak a side lane for a while, but you really want him to be... Oh, never mind. 1 second. Tychus is getting ganks in bot lane. Getting quite low. Looks like he will fall.
That's probably a purge on the Rhaegar. Oh no, don't think he used it. He
Use
was
it.
quite slowed though.
Yeah.
Augur is
Sure.
getting massive value here top.
Yeah, they've already got an entire wall. So
But he is getting ganked. I don't know if he makes it out. He might. Yeah, he does get the
got his
spin.
Hog Wilds. Next seed is coming up.
Sorry.
That looks good for red for this seed, so they could contest for sure.
You
No
have
talent.
Varian
cannon.
still in bot lane trying to get all this, so
Yeah,
thank you
he
for
should
the follow,
definitely
Robert.
be... Hey, Robert! Wow,
Yeah, follow Robert.
so many old friends.
So it looks like this objective is going to Rolling Thunder. However, Artemis takes a cheeky camp knowing that they're on that objective.
Yeah, that's an interesting trade. I think part of that was
here's
because...
the taunts.
Nice
Minigunning Imperius stun. I don't think Augur was expecting them to be there, especially
No.
not all 5.
He probably should have wondered where they were because they weren't an objective or in lane, but
yeah.
that was I think it's a reasonable camp steal. I mean, it's not so big a deal to give up an objective. I don't think they necessarily needed to because Varian was so far bot. They really didn't have a choice. So
Robert says they want both teams to win and for us to make this happen. So I declare that each team will get at least 1 win.
yeah, we go 1-1 and then we stop casting.
Voila, I've made it happen.
Turn the stream off.
Okay, so we've got siege camps in the outer lanes. However, one siege camp is getting taken here from mid.
Wow. Okay, we see Upheaval and Shadow Bolt Volley, which is the 2 lesser picked Cho'Gall talents.
The meme dream. Okay.
Shadow Bolt Volley is great for macro. So.
Looks like we've got Lava Wave.
And both offlaners are not here. See Taunt on Cho'Gall. Ancestral's popped really
with
early.
the cleanse
Wow.
for the spear.
Ooh.
But the Upheaval brings Tychus into the tower shots. He eats at least 2 of those.
Yeah.
Oh, Imperius getting big damage on that Cho'Gall, but
Cho'Gall was getting a
healer
little body
is
blocked.
down. Shockwave onto the Baron, gets to protect, walks away.
That does save him.
Yes, it does. Both teams are very even in experience. Lava Wave pushed out top a bit. I don't know how much Rag is planning on getting here. They still haven't grabbed objective.
Yeah, they will be snatching that up momentarily. They just got it, but it's definitely not a great trade for Artemis. You don't want to be losing people in the 4v4, but Dark Horse is getting a lot of macro, so keeping the levels even, getting the wall on top. They're not super. They didn't come out of that with nothing for sure.
7 making this quick rotation go up here to support Rag, knowing that somebody will be coming up to defend that at some point, not leaving it unchecked. However, big push bot here for Rolling Thunder. They're gonna have to respond.
Yep. And so far, only Varian and Imperius is going to take a few weeks to clear this camp, but
we saw a few of these Rolling Thunder ults, but for Artemis, we haven't seen them use all of them yet, especially Drill. But we do have Drill, High Five, Lava Wave, Angelic Armaments, and Shield. Cho'Gall
was actually getting stuck on the Drill in the last fight.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he was trying to like follow. I think, into the
oh
Varian.
wow! I can't believe that spear hit.
Oh, the shockwave is a little wide. Dark Horse also dodging the Ball stun, but I don't know if he's going to get out of this. High
the
five,
high five!
unstop.
Ooh, I don't think it's enough. The upheaval, making sure that he dies. Tychus getting major value here with the percent damage and the laser.
Yeah.
Jumping onto that
Varian.
Bala. But do they have enough to sustain this 4v5? Looks like everybody's kind of backing off. No R buttons really alive here, except for Lava Wave and High Five.
And after that, looks like it was simply a kill advantage for Rolling Thunder. They had to use a lot of ults, but not going to complain. They're probably going to get this objective, but Artemis looks to be not wanting to give it up for free. Honestly, he's getting very low. Does use the protect, gets cleansed, so he'll get out for now. Imperius and Lucia are now the targets, And Cho'Gall's got some slows, gets the pull onto the Imperius, but the rest of his team's kind of split. He's looking to get that last hit, but I think Cho'Gall might fall here.
Gets the
Uses
molten
the
block
molten.
off. Variant does actually
Ooh.
go down. Dark looking to keep pushing. Ooh,
Vola's
Imperius
diving
missing
in.
that stun. I feel that Vola would have
Yeah.
died if they landed it.
That was close. Vola was very low. But that will definitely seal the seed for Rolling
Right.
Thunder.
And they do take that camp as well. It's looking kind of rough for Artemis here because Cho'Gall gets much stronger later game. Not that, you know, heroes don't scale on the side of Artemis.
No, not. I mean, you know, the Ragnaros double lava wave could really make the macro difficult in the late game, but I think, you know, if Artemis isn't able to get some objectives capped at some point, they're never going to be able to make a play to win. Oh my goodness, that was a really nice pull. Dark Horse getting caught by the boss stun after the
Ancestral is really doing work to keep this Cho'Gall alive because Artemis has a lot of percent damage, but they need kill confirmation onto this Cho'Gall.
Yeah, and they don't really have a great way to isolate the Rhaegar, interrupt anything, so
Taunt onto the Hogger, taking a ton of tower shots. Hog wilds out, but does end up dying. But honestly, for how much damage Hogger did here to structures and top, I'd say that was worth.
Yeah, and they're not going to be able to do anything off this kill, so it's very valuable to int a little bit for the structure damage. But that will probably be the end of the bleeding. All the terrors are gone. Camps are being started. Again, a little faster on blue side, but it looks like
they didn't stay on the enemy side of the map the whole time the objective was up. They just waited at their camps, which honestly I really like. That's awesome.
And I think next objective will be an even talent here. They're actually pretty even, despite being down 6 kills. The XP is not looking too bad. It's just the map is starting to look pretty blue favored.
Yeah.
We see Vala's picking up her big talent, Manticore. It is Q build Vala, but it's Manticore with Q build is very reasonable, I think.
Yeah.
Got totems. And then the big buff for Cho'Gall hits at 16. We see one, the Dread Orb stuns, which is I missed a kill.
Oh darn.
I missed the Hogger kill. I did not see that how Hogger got caught out there, but it looks like a 4-man rotation got him. A little bit of a brawl here. Tychus does pop the drill, but I don't see much else happening. Ooh, Upheaval's cast.
Oh, right after the high five.
Yeah.
But Tychus saying, I'm just gonna deal damage at this point.
Ancestral is used.
Oh, those stun orbs are insane.
Yeah, it's disgusting.
Oh my goodness.
And the Imperius is gonna fall as well. Another upheaval.
Oh my
from
goodness.
The Cho 16. Yeah, so as I was saying, that Cho 16 is gonna give him a lot of old resets.
Right.
You just see that happen there, and yeah, the Dread Orb stun is a nasty talent.
The fact that they have Vala on top of Cho'Gall hurts because Vala is somebody you normally want to focus and punish, right?
Yeah.
But Cho'Gall is such a front line that, you know, and you have all this percent damage, you want to get rid of him too. So it seems like sometimes, you know, there's like some target focus being miscommunicated here. So Lava Wave getting sent bot.
Yeah, and I think, you know, there's multiple schools of thought, I guess, on what you want in a Cho'Gall draft, but I agree, like, adding in another big damage carry, it's hard to find the opportunity to jump on them sometimes because Cho'Gall is a huge threat in of himself.
Exactly.
You kind of want to be able to CC him.
Especially with those upheavals, it's like he's just disrupting like the positioning of the enemy team.
Yeah, and if you don't have a disc or a gorge or a cocoon, you can't stasis the Cho'Gall and dive anyone else. You have to, you know, you have to kill someone, and oftentimes you might want to dive the Cho'Gall, but But the Ancestral is making it very hard for them. They're getting a nice little... Nice taunt.
Onto the
Spear.
Cho'Gall, and they just
Ooh.
burn him down. That's exactly what
Yeah.
they were looking for with this percent damage. Let's see
Yeah.
how much Artemis
That was-
can get off of that, though.
That was a beautiful bush gank. It's very cheeky,
Yeah.
but that was a beautiful bush
Yeah.
gank. Very well well layered too. Good CC chain. Taunt into the spear.
Robert
So-
wants to know why Artemis didn't take TLV. I know I'm answering this like
I don't
5
know.
minutes later. He
I don't know.
He thought Dark Horse took up the reins from you.
I'm a little disappointed we don't see it back.
Well, we saw Cho'Gall, or we're seeing Cho'Gall currently. So they're
Vikings
getting
are
a
very
huge
good.
push top. There's still 17 seconds on Cho'Gall, and they're just not even walking towards objective. They're looking for this keep. And I'd be really surprised if they don't get it.
oh,
They're using
getting it.
drill, but
Yeah, they're-
mid is
mid
kind of
is-
suffering on the side of Artemis, so they need to go back.
Yeah. And
They've
even
got-
though this game is still 12-5, now all of a sudden Artemis can just win off of another Cho'Gall kill. Like, they bush gank one more time, kill the Cho'Gall. It's hard to stop them from ending.
Wow, so Lava Wave only does like a quarter of the siege damage. I mean, the siege camp health.
Yeah, that's interesting. Okay, second seed for Artemis, so they're now on seed point themselves. They have yet to actually take an objective, but
Getting a keep that huge, that early is huge.
hey, the Cho'Gall invade is happening. I don't know if Artemis wants to give this up. It looks like they kind of do, but they get caught by the Cho'Gall ult.
Lucio getting
Lucio does
very,
get
very
out.
low. Vala kind of sharking for it. Everybody's so high health on the side of Rolling Thunder.
Nice sidesteps by Honestly, dodging the many, many Dread Orbs that are being cast.
And
Oh,
so
God.
now Rolling Thunder's in a better setup. And they're taking their camp.
Yep.
We've got a little bit of a delay here. Ooh,
catch the Hogger.
spear onto the Hogger. Ancestral already goes out, but
Oh,
the Farseer's blessing and the stun orbs are getting so much value on the side of Rolling Thunder.
Cho'Gall is dead,
Everybody's
though.
really, really low. Tychus 1v1ing the Vala. Hogger
Dark
goes
Horse.
down. Cho'Gall is dead.
oh, one more spear. That could be huge for them. It's a 2v2.
So a preemptive
Oh.
cleanse misses the spear, unfortunately. So
Unlucky.
they're going to walk away, and there's some camps here that are still going.
Yeah. Yeah, that was a close one.
Yeah.
The fact
Cho'Gall
that
took the
Ancestral-
level 20 death timer, though.
which
So
is a
they're
disgusting
They're
talent.
already back up, and having this Garden Terror up with 3 members of Artemis dead, it's not going to get them a ton.
No, it's just gonna get cleared, and Imperius and Varian are unfortunately the two people you don't want alive
Yeah.
after a team fight.
Yeah.
Can't really get much value off of
So
it.
top is already gone during that objective. At the very least, the lanes are getting pushed out. Oh no. The Molten Armor. Oh my goodness, hitting him so he gets tower aggro. Oh no. That's a 64-second death timer on that Imperius.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
now
that's
Artemis can't take any big fights. Because if they lose 2 more members, that's core potential, or at least those super low keeps down. The enemy team pushes in.
Yep. But Ragnaros does have 1.5 lava waves available, so they have, and presumably Molten Core is up. I don't think he's used it recently, so I think they should be okay to play defense a little bit. They're kind of looking at this camp.
Okay, this is kind
go
of
for it.
scary.
It's very risky camp call,
Being
but
down and furious.
okay, they're trying to disengage here. It looks like decided
It
that
looks like Varian's going to get left behind.
yeah.
That was a super greedy camp in my opinion.
Yeah,
I think maybe they had time, but the risk, while Imperius was still dead, was just too much.
I agree, and they presumably another nice
Great high
cleanse.
five from 7.
Dodges the upheaval. I think they assumed they were on bot camps. They have a little more time than they did, so you know, I understand the rationale, but I agree with you. It's unnecessary. So
But the rotation wasn't perfect. I think if everybody, like, on the side of Artemis knew that they would come up, and knowing that the rotation wasn't exactly perfect on the side of Rolling Thunder, they could have gotten another cheeky pick like they did with that first Cho'Gall pick. In
Maybe.
the top
They
push.
got Imperious Tychus, so.
Yeah.
Or actually, no, they didn't have Imperious. They had Tychus variant, but still. Okay, so looks like it's going to be a turtle. I have to imagine that Artemis is going to use this time to clear. They don't really need to contest this seed right away. Might as well get the map a little bit better before you try to take a fight. So.
Bishop. Bishop is whispering me. And now it's on stream. I should turn that off.
Artemis.
Yes, I am in a custom game of casting. You should come watch.
One second. I'm sorry.
Okay, so lava work doing good work, bot getting that wave pushed in, and prolonged games like this against lava wave rag can be tough. He did go the lava wave level 20, level 25 rag power spike. Oh my god. Robert, do you also play rag? I feel like you play rag. Actually, I can't remember what role you play. You might have to remind me. So again, Rolling Thunder gets set up really nicely at the objective, and Artemis kind of scared to step up. Even though this could be a deadly objective.
Sorry.
No, you're fine.
My roommate was knocking on my door.
Oh, that's okay. So they do get the objective without a fight, which is surprising to me.
Yeah, that's interesting.
Yeah.
I think that they
must be discussing something.
I guess they're just trying to figure out if they want to, you know,
they have lava wave.
Play really, really slow.
All the waves are pushed out. I mean,
yeah, it definitely shows that they're a little bit hesitant of taking just a straight-on 5v5.
Oh, so here's the Molten Core. So they're saying we have Molten Core. All the lanes are pushed out. We really only need to defend this one lane. Like, can they really push us in?
True. Yeah. And it's sort of their point is getting proved, I guess, here, because they're not even able to take this keep yet. So, but the other terrors are walking.
They're poking at it.
And this keep has huge health.
It's definitely going down at some point. And Rag is showing bot. And they've taken that middle keep. Most likely all of these keeps are going to go down. I'm actually unsure about this bot one. I just used Molten Core, but the Garden Terror is almost dead.
This sort of says to me, oh,
here's an upheaval. Gets the variant, stunning the Lucio, able to high five everybody. That looked like a panic. I need a cleanse.
Yeah. And Twilight Frenzy or whatever is
oh my gosh,
down.
those stun orbs are crazy. But now
low,
they're fighting
no
under the tower.
Oh my god, these stuns.
Oh, another upheaval! Furechev is in there, does go down. So there's still 3 people alive here. And that Garden Terror is just barely alive top. And they're looking to core here.
Yeah. And this Cho'Gall will do so much damage to the core.
Oh my gosh,
they have to start defending
melting.
now.
Oh, they got caught into the lava wave. Dark doing some work on this Hogger here.
Yep.
Volley getting super low.
Ooh.
Can Lucio finish that off? I don't think so.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness, there's only so much you could do in a 3v5.
Yep.
But they almost defended there. And so game 1 is going to Rolling Thunder.
Yeah. That was good play by Cho'Gall, and or Rolling Thunder just in general. Vala going 11-0, really showing the big threat was the Vala and not necessarily the
Truly,
Cho'Gall.
yeah. Well, I mean, that upheaval was massive during that game.
Mhm.
And I think Cho had Ruined Gauntlet. So basic attacks reduce the cooldown of Cho and Bell's heroic abilities by 6%. So that's why we kept seeing those upheavals.
Mhm.
Uh, yeah, definitely a good game, and we love watching Cho'Gall, honestly.
Yeah. I have to imagine that the reason that Artemis didn't want to fight that last objective, even though they had space in 5v5, is because they just wanted to rely on a pick. Like if they can defend, then they have another 3 seeds potentially to look for a Cho'Gall pick or something,
Mm-hmm.
uh, catch them off, and they were less confident about taking a 5v5. But unfortunately, they didn't get the time to try that.
I think maybe the idea was that we have Molten Core. It'd be cool if we fought under it, right? Like what if you have Rat? Like it's so powerful. But
Yeah,
it
true.
was mostly used to defend the objective in this case.
Yeah. Yeah. That was a close game, though. I don't think that. I think draft wise, it could have gone either way. I mean, we saw the potential in Artemis's comp to landing a spear or taunt, killing them before they even get the ancestral off.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, I mean, Rhaegar has purge, but it can be difficult, especially if the fight's a little split. So, but it just seemed like once the fight happened, those upheavals, stuns from the orb, and the damage from the Vala.
It was hard to get to the Vala too, because it's like yes, you can taunt her, but you have to get through Cho'Gall.
Mhm. They were doing a good job with the tools that they had, and that was a scary team on that map.
Yeah.
I kind of like what they were working with, that Cho'Gall draft.
I'm excited to see what the next one is.
Yup.
I don't know
So
what the next map is.
remind me again which ones are gone.
The ones that are banned, let me actually pull that up so everybody can see. The ones that are gone are Alterac, Sky Temple, Braxis, and Infernal Shrines. Yes, this is the best of 3. Let's see. What do you which map are you kind of hoping we'll see?
I mean, I like shrines because I think it's a standard map, but I like the objective. I think it's generally leads to interesting team fights and interesting tower dives with the Punisher, but it can be slow. I think. I mean, not sure.
Kind of hoping we'll see a Towers of Doom game. Those are always fun.
Powers of Doom is a pretty good map. It's one of the more polarizing maps, I guess. People hate it or love it. I personally love it. I think it's a great map.
I think it's great. I think it's a cool coordinated map because, there's so much to pay attention to and so much to really calculate, like what can your team do?
Yeah.
Looks like we're going to Tomb of the Spider Queen.
Tomb of the Spider Queen.
That's
Okay.
right. Let's get you in this lobby.
Are we gonna see a Cho'Gall ban now? Tomb of the
This
Spider
is a
Queen.
Cho'Gall map. They will probably ban Cho'Gall. Considering they didn't ban it last game and they took that percent damage early and they took extra percent damage, I think they're gonna ban it. I
Yeah.
mean, you only need to ban one of them, so it's
Yeah.
half off.
Yeah.
How many 1 point victories have I had on towers?
Oh,
At least 2 or 3. At least.
several. I can
Yeah.
think of several.
Yeah. I forgot to make a prediction for that last game too, man. I'm so out of it. Let's see. just waiting for this draft to come. So for those of you who don't know, most NGS matches are best of 3. And if you win 2, like 2 in a row, the other team doesn't win any, they get 3 points. That's how that works, right?
Really? So yeah, and then it's
If it's like 2-1, you don't get 3
yeah.
points.
I think then it becomes 2-1.
Yeah.
The losing team gets a point, and the winning team gets 2. So it makes dominations, which is the 2 zeros, really
That's the
important
word.
in terms of season points. So if you lose a bunch but you get a few dominations, you can have plenty of
Yeah.
points to
Yeah.
play in the playoffs.
I'm sure both teams are discussing how to manage better with what the other team have right now.
Yeah. I would be surprised if we don't see a Cho'Gall ban for Artemis, because if this is the map to play Cho'Gall, and they've already showed it can be tricky. But I would also respect if they let it through, planning on doing a better counter draft. Maybe they include a long stasis or some more displacement that can be annoying for Cho'Gall to deal with.
Definitely. I think if it does get let through, we'll see something, like you mentioned.
Nubarak, maybe, yeah.
But Nubarak did get banned last game, and I think it was banned by Artemis. So maybe,
Okay.
maybe
They leave that up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sometimes you have to let things through so you know how to play against them. So maybe they'll let you go through, and maybe they'll pick it up.
Maybe. I mean, I'm a proponent of leaving the good stuff through so you can practice.
Yeah, exactly. It's early in the season. It's the first week.
Yeah.
Maybe now is the time.
No need to freak out against your opponent's good heroes. So we'll see. I didn't pay enough attention to their bans last game. I know they banned 3 healers, but I'm sort of surprised that
it was Brightwing, Stukov, and Tyrande.
Yeah, which I would not think of Stukov and Tyrande as being particularly
they
good
feel
counters.
Targeted, but I guess Tyrande has Hunter's Mark, which could be really interesting for an auto attacker.
Yeah. Stukov's got some displacement. The silence is kind of hard to use against Cho'Gall. I mean, it's good, but like Gall can still shoot, right? But
Tyrande's got easy percent damage and damage reduction as well. But yeah, I don't also consider her a Cho'Gall counter. I'm just trying to imagine why they banned Tyrande.
Brightwing, on the other hand, is annoying.
Yeah, super annoying.
Ollie is a little stupid, but
Percent damage.
Yeah. Johanna, I don't think Johanna's a good Cho'Gall counter. So the bans are throwing me for a loop a little bit, but they're good bans. Like, they could just be saying these are generically strong characters. We don't know if we're going to be playing Cho'Gall, and we don't see a Cho'Gall ban in.
No, we don't.
1-2.
We do see the Vala ban though. Vala had about 90k damage that last game, and then I think Cho had like 66. I don't remember how much Gall had. They took the Andy.
Okay. So now I'm thinking that it's not a Cho'Gall.
Yeah, I don't imagine that Andy is a great healer with Cho'Gall, because you're missing a lot of that like huge burst of healing, such as Ancestral or the Life Finder or something like that.
Yeah, and you also don't really want to be trading the Cho'Gall, like pulling him, because you want him to stay where he can disrupt them and do damage. You don't want to be using pull on him.
So we're seeing Stitches and Falstad.
Interesting. So decent.
This is a good Stitches map, I think.
Yeah, a lot of places to hide for the hooks.
Yeah, I agree, Culkin. Anduin is not an optimal Cho'Gall healer, and so they are taking the Muradin. So probably not going Cho'Gall.
Yeah,
not impossible,
I'm gonna say 99% sure there's no Cho'Gall this game. And so now I think Artemis should be, if that's what they were sort of drafting with this Stitches Falstad, they don't have to worry about that anymore. So now looking for general Stitches synergies. I mean, there's no Anduin on the board, but maybe a Junkrat I could see being picked here. So we'll see.
Somebody's making the note that Stitches into Anduin is a bit odd, but the Gust could work to disengage them. We have seen that before. Not just with Artemis, but lots of people, to separate the hook target with Andy. Plus, after level 13, hook is super long. You hook Gorge, Anduin is most likely not
It may
in
not
range.
be in straight range.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. But Anduin is good against Stitches in general, I would say.
Definitely. Especially earlier when there's no Gorge, and we don't even know he's going Gorge.
True, it could be a bile game.
Putrid bile. Death timer reduction.
I think we could see a Junkrat. I know Dark Horse plays some Junkrat.
Okay.
In terms of healers, what are you thinking here?
I'm probably still the Lucio. I feel that 7 is very comfortable on that Lucio. Oh, and we're seeing the Uther. That's a great follow-up stunt for a hook. So is Kalphos.
Yeah. Yeah. Interesting. These would not have been guesses for me.
I was not expecting the Kalphos.
No. Eva has been picked. Now I'm pretty sure it's not Cho'Gall.
Tychus works pretty well into Stitches. And so we're just waiting on this last pick here. Deathwing into Tychus, which is also crazy. But, they've probably chosen this beforehand. But Deathwing's actually, pretty good in the team fight. Huge AoE CC. I've put up that prediction for a couple minutes to see, if anybody thinks one team will win over the other based on the draft.
Yeah. These are, I don't want to say they're more standard drafts. I mean, they are than the last game, but they're not normal drafts either on either side. I guess, yeah. I gotta say, I think I like blue draft more here.
I think so. I'm just having a harder time seeing the synergies on the side of Artemis. Well, I'll go ahead and introduce Rolling Thunder this time. We've got B-Man on Murden, Mad Kaiser on the Jaina, Just Garbage on the Anduin, Pang on the Diva, and Vom on that Tychus.
And on the side of Artemis, we have 7 on Uther, Dark Horse on Kelthus, Honestly on Stitches, T-Core on Deathwing, and Groove Champ on Falstad.
We see Jaina going for this Lingering Chill level 1. I don't know if that's indicative of a certain build, but I do like this level 1. I think it's really good, especially if you're going like the roots on your Phone of Cold.
Yeah, I think I've definitely seen it used with normal e-build stuff.
We've got an auto attack Falstad.
So I think what you said though is important. Artemis has a lot of CC to follow up from the hook when they get a hook. That one's hard to follow up on when it's the Murden, but and they've got good wave clear. Obviously, I think Falstad is a great player in the team fights. He can always, even potentially just straight up win you a team fight with a good gust. So Artemis definitely has a lot of tools to play with, but they are going to have to be careful about the damage potential coming out of Tychus Jaina. They've got a little bit of a clunky team fight with the Stitches and the Deathwing, but a lot of damage if they can layer CC. So we'll see. Tychus dodging the slam.
Deathwing doing a great job against this Diva. Let's see. So we've got these bushes. Vision super important here. Stun on the Muradin. Jaina using her Blizzard on every wave, which is great. That's the mage. Knowing that you're the one with the wave flare. So you can have prio on these rotations.
Yeah. And Artemis will be the one taking the first camp. So that'll be a nice change of pace here.
Viva almost losing her mech here. Tychus is coming down just to bully him a little. Quarter of his health is gone, but he keeps that third armor plate.
I like that Diva's getting bot camp. Not afraid of the low HP.
Right.
Knows that she can micro.
That's great. You love to see
pathing.
it. Because she's almost got, I actually don't know what that's called. I'm going to call it Nerf this.
Seven, of course, ever the map-aware player, immediately scouts the camp. Not that they could do anything about it, but... Gonna jump on the stitches a little bit. Nothing really happens. Dodging the hook. And another thing that Roland Thunder
Roland Heavy is a Brazilian jiu-jitsu cast that, honestly...
yeah, it's
honestly, the tank player here does. It's really cool. Yeah. You guys should check it out.
Yeah, the BJJ podcast. Honestly, it's BJJ podcast. Anyway, so Roland Thunder has the light bomb bird and engage as well. So.
It's really great playing a character that can't get CC'd. If they're trying to gank you, just walk away.
Yeah. And it's interesting, it's an auto attack false dead.
Yeah, I thought that was interesting as well. Maybe they're looking for more of that consistent DPS.
Yeah, I don't think it's unreasonable. They have a big front line that they could potentially chunk. It just takes a long time to scale. You really have to wait until you get that % damage, and you have to make sure you're getting stacks on it as well. But they have a mage, right? They have Dark, so if they can CC, they don't need extra burst from the Q to potentially kill an Anduin or to kill a Tychus.
So they did look for that stun just before the jump, and I think they have enough CC so that if Muradin tries to jump away, they could interrupt it at some point. Ooh, honestly getting burned by Tychus here. Stitch is having a really hard time staying up there for long. And, you know, healing Uther's armor passive is not going to help with that % damage.
Yeah, it will not. Tychus.
Oh, that hook onto the Tychus was really close. In the middle of a leap of faith, though.
And Deathwing is definitely getting a lot of pressure in bot. The wall is not super chunked yet, but he's managing to clear, get prio. You see a swoop coming in. Probably not much is going to happen after this. They get a stun on the Tychus, though. It looks like they're
fighting over the position of the turn-in. Yeah. It looks like they want that turn-in first, and they're really chunking this Muradin, sending him away. Muradin does, however, have third wind, so he's going to heal most of that back up, and they're ready for another fight with Diva Bomb.
Yep, and 7 got it pretty chunked. The Uther is now kind of low, and he doesn't have the best sustained healing, so not sure how much they want to brawl here. Diva is getting top soak, they're also getting bot soak, so Artemis a little bit congested here in the middle of the map, not really able to find any kills.
Deathwing does find the interrupt on turn-in, though. He's doing a great job of making sure that they can't turn in as well.
Yeah.
Oh, and Artemis does get that first Webweaver turn-in.
Yeah, that was nice. Good stall. Both teams were trying to turn in respectively, but Artemis with center map control actually manages to find an angle to get it in. See a stun onto Dark Horse. Kelpis looking like he's going to get out, though. Dodges the roots.
Oh my goodness, that hook on Anduin was so close. At level 13, that gets it, no question.
Oh, yeah.
It was right on the nose, too.
The 13 is going to be huge.
Looks like they're
Like,
getting
it's-
some decent value with the web weavers. All of them are pushing into the wall. They've kind of split up their defenses here.
You can never expect to get more than. Oh my
Oh,
god, Tychus is.
He has 80 health.
He's eating
Calculated.
it. Yeah. Calculated.
He's gotta go.
You can never expect to get more than a few walls with the first objective, but can't be sad. Can't be sad about what they're getting here.
Yeah, and they got that first turn-in, so now, they're in this position to continue watching the turn-ins. They have level 10s.
Yep.
We do see Gorge, Bellowing Roar,
Gorge.
Mighty Gust,
Pyro as well.
Lots of single target here.
And I have to imagine that we'll see a D shield, but I'm not entirely sure that we will.
I like seeing this hook, being used on cooldown. Like, you have to get your value out of Stitches. He during the middle of a team fight, he offers very little compared to other tanks. We're looking for another one.
And Artemis is saying that they don't want a turn-in to happen without getting pressure, without looking to catch someone on a team fight. As I say that, they do let. Yeah, that looks like a mistake to me, but they did let them return bots.
Also getting about half of this keep top.
Yeah. Falstad has been rotating for the stacks. He's up to 20. So.
Kalphos almost done with that glove quest. Mana addict. Every time I say mana, I say.
You want to say addict?
Yeah, I do, because I'm trying to say mana correctly, and then my brain is like, you can only do one of those things. So we do see the Odin here. I'm not sure it gets this whole keep, but it might if we're not seeing extra support come by.
Yeah, the Jaina also does great siege damage. So, looks like we do see convergence onto top. D.Va, though, is keeping it a 5v4 in favor of blue team.
So we've got the Gorge onto the Tychus.
Honestly, electing to go...
It's the bomb. He was super zoned out.
Yeah. Having to go south because of the
They do get that fort, and they're gonna get the middle fort as well.
The fact that they're coinciding with these camps is making it extra potent. Honestly, getting a little low.
We do see a Light Bomb, Bunny Hop, Avatar, and we saw Commandeer Odin. I think that's Water Elemental as well. Yeah.
Interesting. So as expected, I suppose.
I kind of thought maybe they would go Ring here. But Ring of Frost on Jaina. But personally, I like Water Elemental a lot better. Just as a personal preference. I like it.
I'm surprised by the Ice Fury one in level 7.
Yeah? Well, maybe it's to pair it with that lingering chill. I am surprised by that also. I feel like I rarely see that talent get picked up. And so we do see level 13 come online, which is big for the Stitches. Fishing for hooks, but having a hard time finding them.
Blue has not died, and they've been getting all the waves, so they just get an objective, and now they're getting another.
Well, actually, no one's died.
Yeah, that's true. Nobody has died. But, so presumably Artemis is sitting on a bunch of gems as well. But
yeah, so...
This is making the map
They are sitting on
difficult.
a bunch. But blue turned in twice in a row, so you're getting quite a bit of map pressure here. They're ganking the Deathwing. It's a really good Bellowing Roar. Doesn't get him out, though. He turns around to get the stun off.
Really hard to kill a Deathwing with plates.
So now Deathwing cannot heal in the heart. He must fly. Use Dragonflight.
Yeah, and now they don't have great wave clear for this push. Odin is used to complement it. Dark Horse getting a little bit low. And I don't know if they get a keep here, but I mean, this is all looking great. Oh,
Light Bomb onto the Stitches. He gets that D shield.
Yeah. And they're very happy to
looking for that hook. Gets the anti, but he's already
eats the D.Va.
Oh, but the gust is kind of big. The Pyro's going onto the Jaina. No ice block. Let's see how close she is. 8,336. still need about 4,000 more, and they do get that pick on the Andy.
So that's 2. That's gonna give them some space to breathe this game.
Yeah, Artemis has 86 gems, 87 now, and they're looking at a boss.
Yeah, this is I don't think it is super. It's a hard call. I don't think this is a free boss, but
Yeah, I mean, they don't have Gust up for another 20 seconds, but Rolling Thunder doesn't have a healer, so it'd be really hard to fight. Plus, they can just get all this macro everywhere else.
yeah. Yep, bot siege is taken. To trade,
looking to get that
getting.
turn in, but Murden not gonna let it happen. That was really, really close.
Yeah.
Looks like they're gonna get that turn in top, though.
I think they could have coordinated this a little bit better if they to cap the boss with a turn in. Instead, now what we're gonna see is the boss is killed before the web weavers even get there.
Honestly, is looking though.
Yep.
Oh, very close. He kills the fort with a hook. But
Yeah.
unfortunately for Artemis, these lanes are kind of pushed out, and so the web weavers, they lose their health with the distance that they travel, I believe.
But I like that they're fishing here 4v5. They have 16s, right? So might as well, look to see if they can catch something. Deathwing's going to do a good job of assisting the push in the other lanes. Honestly, get the forge. But can he get away with it? Roof Champ ease over to get the gust in.
Okay, Pyro going in, but 75% spell armor from the Neoseal plating.
It's
the G-Shield blocks the light bomb.
And the Neoseal plating makes Pyroblast look like nothing.
Oh, that hook barely misses.
Catches the gravity blast in the chain.
Oh, and we're seeing an Odin here.
Yeah, probably a little preemptive, but he
Odin
can use
turning
clear.
around for the web weavers. And so they actually got decent push here. Now all the lanes are pushed out because Rolling Thunder spent a lot of their time mitigating that hook.
Yeah. Yep. And so it's looking to be an even game, maybe even a slight lead for Artemis. Structure is still in favor, maybe slightly
And
for
it
Rolling
looks like
Thunder.
they might get another turn in here, but if Rolling Thunder lets them.
Yeah, they have just enough. If they both manage to get it in, they do. But Stitches
no
will pay the
D-Shield
price.
alive here.
Yeah, not gonna try to chase the Uther. I don't know how to feel about that.
The lanes are pushed out though, so Rolling Thunder will have to defend.
Yeah, but they have now no way to catch them out, so they don't have to be afraid of hooks.
They'd have to travel on the other side of the map to make sure they get value safely. Artemis, that is.
Mm-hmm.
So Diva's working on this bottom web weaver. They all kind of see this, so they're moving together towards top lane.
Only 3 top. They're a little split, looking for a gust, obviously.
Here, but Murden's bullying this Kael'thas, and now all of a sudden Tychus can turn onto this Kael'thas with the Murden.
Yeah, the rest of the team is not supporting him. Falstead was looking for the gust pretty deep and wasn't able to see anything. Totally zoned from the rest of his team. Now they have to walk back again, despite the fact Stitches is back alive.
But the map still looks pretty good for Artemis. Neither team, I don't think has enough for a turn in, but Rolling Thunder's getting kind of up there. With the lanes being pushed out on 2 and the Spider Queen, you find yourself losing more stuff because it's more dangerous and getting less gems. So that's super unfortunate. They get the hook on the Jaina, but he probably has a pull here.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yep. And now they actually catch Falstad
dying
with a stun into a roots. That's all they needed. Damage over the wall is good.
Uther's getting
I don't know.
kind of body blocked here.
7 does have D-Shield, but...
but that's kind of a really good bellowing roar. I don't know if all of them make it out, though.
He does have to use it. It's
D-Shield,
not
but
even
the
gonna be
body
enough.
block is insane. Oh, the friendly hook! That would have saved him!
That would have saved him, for sure.
Oh no, the staggers are huge.
Yeah, and now all of a sudden they're looking for keep here.
I don't know if they can get it. Like, without Odin for another 30 seconds. I don't think they can take this keep.
They're eating
Unless
a
they get
lot
another
of dragon
kill.
damage.
Yeah. So they do walk away. Boss is not up for another 30 seconds, but Uther's not up for another 30 seconds.
Yeah.
And these lanes are still quite pushed in.
Yeah, they're gonna turn in what they have. Probably look for Bruiser, my guess, and well, they have a 20 advantage, so they could be aggressive if they choose.
So honestly thinking that they're turning in, which they are, but they're not turning in bot here.
Yeah, I think Rolling Thunder has the entire privilege of every camp and turn in, but it looks like they're just gonna settle for turn in. Artemis deciding to take the bot camp when they realize the other team's out of position for it. Um,
Looks
so
like they're declaring that they want a keep, so they're pushing in top lane.
Yep.
And
I mean, they want to get
making sure
something.
there's no cheeky hook positioning here. I think that's what this is.
Yeah.
And honestly, making sure to stay out of vision gets the diva.
Yeah. Elect not to gorge, it looks like.
Yeah.
Odin is popped.
Oh no!
And Dark Horse is getting caught.
Gets Dark Horse.
Ooh.
He shields up, but probably not in time. And Falstad's getting super low as well.
Yeah,
he
he used
also
to
dies. And now that kind of looks like it's probably game. We've got big red button, which I think he maybe picked. Yeah, I think he had it before he procced. And so
and we see the first light bomb engage. The game is kind of over already, but it was pretty fancy. Nice way to clean it up and finish the game out.
Yeah.
I think without the damage dealers for Artemis, they are going to be hard pressed to clear any of this, even if they manage to get kills. So that's going to be it. 2-0 on the side of Rolling Thunder.
2-0. It was unfortunate we didn't see more picks for the side of Artemis, and so whenever their damage dealers got bullied like that, Stitches isn't the greatest peeler, and so
yeah,
did see that falter there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and I don't think that just because the draft looked a little funky that they were out of it by any means. I do agree that Rolling Thunder had a better draft, but if it they got a few more hooks, then the team fights look a little cleaner. The Falstad Gust is used to push them away from the Gorge target rather than trying to be too greedy and push more people in. Makes the team fight tough for them to deal with after the Gorge. So those things were tweaked a little bit. I think Artemis had a decent chance there.
Well, I'm gonna go see if maybe somebody wants an interview.
Okay.
First game of the season. After a great start, we saw choke all.
Yeah.
Are there any other teams that you're looking to cast in other divisions? This division even?
Oh, me?
Yep. Talking to you.
Any team. I imagine though that we'll be casting more Artemis games. I'm a little biased as a former Artemis player.
Okay. I must be clear. Artemis is no longer Artemis. They are Cheese Counter Skill.
Officially.
However, the name change is pending in a pending state. So
All
I've
right.
left everything as Artemis. That's how it looks on the NGS website. I like that name a lot.
Beast counter skill is
Yeah,
pretty
it's
good.
great.
It's true too. Can't argue. All right. Any updates on the interview?
Someone is typing. Okay. Looks like they've already logged off. So no interview today.
Okay.
Cool.
It was
Thank
a
you.
good game though.
Yeah, thank you everybody for watching. Looking forward to casting more this season. And I hope you all enjoy the rest of your evening.
Yeah. And if anybody from Rolling Thunder watches the VOD back, GG's, you guys did great.
Yeah, and Artemis. You guys did great as well.
And Artemis.